What's up, guys? Got another video for you here. Got another collection update. I've been meaning to get back into my death metal collection. I just haven't felt like talking about it. I haven't been much in a death metal mood at all. Mostly a lot of power metal and folk stuff. But yeah, I got a bunch of shit here. This isn't part of the update. This is new stuff, but it's not metal, and I don't think you guys have any interest in hearing me talk about fucking John Prine and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna cut into the heavier shit. I got two movies here actually I wanted to bring up. I got a DVD of the Dunwich Horror, which is a really fucking awesome movie based on the Lovecraftian short story. If you've never read the Dunwich Horror, it was the first thing that I ever read by Lovecraft. It's super fucking awesome. The main character, Wilbur, it's weird to have a main character that's also the villain. It's cool. That's what's so cool about Lovecraft stuff, but I'm sure all you guys have heard more than enough about Lovecraft stuff, so fucking whatever. Next, Astro Zombies. I've never seen this, and because I'm such a big fan of the Misfits, I just bought it straight up to see what the hubbub was about and why they named an entire album after it, pretty much. But from what I can gather, it doesn't look like it's the highest budget of 1960s horror movies. So we'll see, right? Now we got this fat stack of CDs. First thing I got here is Starfire Burning Upon the Ice-Veiled Throne of Ultima Thule by Baal Sagoth. I never listened to Baal Sagoth attentively before getting this, and I just straight up bought it. It was like $9 at my local record store. It's so fucking awesome. This is everything I like about metal in one album. It's epic as shit, like it's a power metal album. The themes are ridiculous. They're so over the top. I mean, look at the track listing. It looks like a fucking research paper. It's black metal and power metal pretty much mixed together. It's super, super fucking sweet. I'm sure you guys have all heard them. Next, some power metal. Legacy of Kings by Hammerfall. I believe this is the first record from, 98. I think it's the first record. If not, it's the second, but I think it's first. This is a great record. If you like Hammerfall, you know what I'm talking about. It's just, straight up power metal. Just great riffs, great vocals, catchy as shit songs. I fucking love this kind of stuff. It feeds my inner nerd. I'm such a nerd, and this kind of stuff is all about it for me. Next is Renegade by Hammerfall. I didn't buy these two in the same day, but I put them right next to each other. I don't know if you guys know this, but I literally show the CDs in the order of which I bought them. Like, literally even to the point of the order of I picked them up at the store almost, sometimes. But, yeah, I put this next to it because why would I want to talk about Hammerfall and then talk about Hammerfall again later in the video. But this is a great record. This is a record right after that one from 2000. Templars of Steel is the first record on here, which is cool. Destined for Glory is a good song. Living in Victory. Great stuff. Just super triumphant, epic as shit. This is literally top 10 favorite metal records of all time. Hall of the Mountain King by Savatage. Oh my god. I bought this tape when I was probably 16 or 17, just because I remember watching the Cannibal Corpse documentary and they were talking about Savatage with such high regards. I bought the tape straight up for like $3 at the flea market, and it didn't leave my truck for the longest time. Oh man, it's so good. But this is the CD. I never had the CD. I pretty much wore out the tape to the point where the sponge fell off the bottom. But the whole thing's so good. They have the cover of the Hall of the Mountain King by shit. I don't remember. I'm a theory major, and I don't remember who composed the Hall of the Mountain King. Whatever. But the whole album's so good. 24 Hours Ago, Beyond the Doors of the Dark, Legion, Strange Wings, Prelude to Madness, Hall of the Mountain King, The Price You Pay, White Witch, Last Dawn, Devastation. Go listen to this right now, please, if you have not. It's so fucking amazing. Next, I had a copy of this that is right here. I bought a new one. Look at the fucking disc. You can't really see it, but it is like I threw it like a frisbee on the bottom on a gravel road because I've used it so much, and it was my brother's old copy of which he used ridiculously. But this is just a great Misfits record. I don't need to talk about Static Age. Well, good find. Got this really cheap too. I need to put a new case on it, but it's the 10th Sublevel of Suicide by Leviathan on CD. Yeah, Fucking Your Ghost and Chains of Ice is pretty much my favorite Leviathan track, and I didn't even own the CDs. I've just known it from listening to it online. I got a message from Rest on Instagram, and because I don't know, I commented on a Moribund post about something, and I don't remember what, but he messaged me straight up personally, like, hey, don't support Moribund. They don't give me any money. So, just fun facts, if you are a Moribund supporter, they don't pay Leviathan for all of the shit that they put out, apparently. But, this is a great record. Next, fucking, slam core, deathcore with slam tendencies. I knew the slam police might come and get me, but it's Void by Within Destruction. I had some extra cash, and I went to my record store and splurged a little bit on some CDs that were a little bit pricier than I like to buy. But, whatever. This is a great record. The song Void's awesome. The first one I heard was probably the Plague of Immortality. The stupid music video that got memed all the hell. But it's a good record. It really is. It's super catchy, which is weird for something like this. Martyrs of the Wendigo is a cool track. What's weird is because they're Slovenian, and the Wendigo is an American thing, specifically where I live in the northern part of the Midwest. That's a weird thing to me, but I'm not complaining. It's cool, it's Slavic, and they sing about American folklore. Next, Luca Torelli's In the Infinite Wonders of Creation. I'm a huge Luca Torelli fan because I'm a huge Rhapsody fan. And I looked on the Metal Archives as to when this came out, and I saw that the rating was 46%. So naturally, being an avid user of the Metal Archives, I realized that is the worst place to get any kind of good rating. So I usually throw that shit to the wind. As to, if it's worth taking into consideration what people rate the album on the Metal Archives, and by God do I wish I listened, because this is fucking terrible. I'm not going to get rid of it because I'm a completionist, and I am such a big fan of Luca Torelli, but it's really lackluster. It really, really is, and I really wish I liked it. There's just something terrible about it. It might be the female vocals. They're really bad. She's her singing style is not fluent. She sounds like she's just learning, I don't know how to put it. She doesn't sound fluent in singing. So, yeah. Luca Torelli. Next. I just picked this up 2 hours ago. This is Antiochia by Ban, or Ban, B-A-N-N. This is ambient neoclassical black metal, which sounds like a mouthful, but I kind of get what that means, because that's what it says in the Metal Archives. It's a good record. I listened to it on the way home from the record store, which is quite the drive, because, rural America is pretty spread out. But this is really good. It's German, and it's kind of somewhere between Caladan Brood and Civis Jar. I know a lot of people get pissy that I compare bands, but fuck off. It's the easiest way I can think of doing it. But, yeah, it's a really good record. Seriously, check this out. It's spelled B-A-N-N, Ban. And the album cover is really cool. This is while I was listening to it, the first thing that came to my mind was, walking, in the original Dracula movie, they're in that basement where Dracula's coffin is. I pictured, walking down that curved staircase with, a torch and a cloak. That's what this fucking reminds me of. That. Exactly. More things that sound like that. This is a Midnight Syndicate with Vampire. Midnight Syndicate is they pretty much classify their style as soundtracks to movies that don't exist, which is beyond awesome. I gotta tell you, that's such a badass way to describe your sound, and it fits too. This is pretty much like dungeon synth and ambient for like 80s horror movies that doesn't even exist, and it's super cool. I picked this up at a garage sale for 50 cents. And I looked at it and I was like, this is going to be one of two things. And it's exactly what I thought it was going to be. But it's really cool. I got another one of them. I had to make it an even dollar. This is Born of the Night, which I believe these albums came out simultaneously or like right by each other out of Monolith or on Entity Productions. And it's done by Monolith Graphics. The album cover. They have badass art. If I ever see this band stuff, I'm going to pick it up, because I love this kind of shit. But yeah, this is super cool. If you like dungeon synth, and if you like soundtracks, get on this stuff. And the last thing, I didn't know if it was good for me to show this, but fuck off, it's my channel. I'm going to put it in my punk section just for simplicity's sake. But I've been in like a Celtic folk songs mood. I've been listening to like a Minnesota Lumberjack song CD that I have, and yeah, so I was looking for Dropkick Murphys and Flogging Molly at my local record store. They didn't have any Flogging Molly, but I did get Dropkick Murphys album, Going Out in Style. I have the shirt for this album, and I do like this band. But this is fucking folk metal for people that don't know they like folk metal. This isn't metal per se, but it's like the precursor to listening to like Korpiklani and Ailstorm. Like seriously, if you hate this band and you like folk metal, you're out of your gourd. Go listen to this and think the precursor to folk metal, and I guarantee you'll like it. It's really cool. And right here, the closest comparison I could think of was Ailstorm when I first put this in the CD player. So that's it for this collection update, guys. If you guys want me to start showing these like, I don't know, non-metal things, like I have a Gandalf album, which is like a world folk music, kind of Celtic folk music thing. I love Celtic folk. I'm not even Gaelic or anything, so I don't know why I love it so much. But if you want me to start showing stuff like that, let me know. If not, don't say anything. I don't care. It's up to you. So that's it. Hopefully I'll get right back into doing the death metal collection here soon, but that'll be it for this one. Take care, guys.